A former University of Cincinnati coach catches heat for homophobic remarks about Xavier University fans. Former Bearcats basketball coach Bob Huggins tweeted out an apology for what he said today on 700 WLW radio.
WCPO 9 News anchor Brett Vigansky live for us now here in the newsroom. So, Brett, West Virginia University Athletics also now says it's taking action.
Yeah, they sure are. They called Huggins' remarks insensitive and offensive, and they said the situation is now under review. And tonight we are hearing from a Xavier alum and former Cincinnati City Council member who is personally inviting Huggins to have a conversation with him about what he said.
I'd love for Bob Huggins to meet with me, a gay Catholic, or, as he called us, Catholic. There's a lot of us like me.
Chris Seelbeck heard what Bob Huggins said Monday on 700 WLW during the Bill Cunningham show. They were talking about his time as the UC coach and the Bearcats' rivalry with Xavier University. The host asked Huggins about the transfer portal and the West Virginia Mountaineers poaching any Xavier players. Huggins made a joke that was sexual in nature. One of the hosts made a joke about one of the games being transgender night. That's when Huggins made fun of Xavier, calling some Xavier fans the homophobic F word twice. You could hear more laughing, and then both hosts calling Huggins the best.
40% of LGBT young people seriously consider suicide, and it's exactly because of these comments from leaders in our community.
Hi, Coach Huggins.
Around 4:20 Monday, I spoke with Huggins on the phone.
Did you refer to Xavier fans by using a homophobic slur?
Huggins said, "I'm not doing this, man. I'm not doing this." But about an hour later, he released a statement apologizing, saying in part, "I used a completely insensitive and abhorrent phrase that there is simply no excuse for, and I won't try to make one here. I deeply apologize to the individuals I have offended." It was November 21st, 2020 when Huggins tweeted about Tom Brenneman speaking to the West Virginia men's basketball team. It came after Brenneman resigned as a Cincinnati Reds broadcaster for using a homophobic slur on the air. Huggins said then, quote, "His message isn't one of excuses, but one of accountability. It takes courage to confront mistakes head on, and I believe our guys learned that from his time with us."
Similarities, except Bob Huggins knew he was being recorded. He knew there was an audience listening to him.
So normally 700 WLW posts entire shows of the Bill Cunningham show, but the station did not post today's show. So we reached out to them, Xavier University, and the NCAA about what Huggins said. So we're waiting to hear back. So I want to bring in WCPO 9 sports anchor Caleb. Caleb, no question, Bob Huggins' ties with Cincinnati go way back.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He spent about a decade and a half with the Bearcats from 1989 to 2005. He's been at West Virginia since 2007. He is the winningest coach in Bearcats history with almost 400 wins in his time in Cincinnati, and led the program to that Final Four back in 1992, of course. Not only that, but he's actually the number 4 coach in the history of college basketball in terms of the winningest coaches ever. And thanks to all that success, Huggins was just inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame about 8 months ago. So he's one of the most successful coaches in the history of the game and certainly has deep ties with Cincinnati. Now, it's not the first time, though, he has dealt with controversy over the years. During his time as Cincinnati's coach, he was arrested in 2004 on a DUI charge, and there was also that NCAA investigation back in 1998, which led to probation and a loss of scholarships. Jasmine, Evan.